Hi, we are the engineers David Mauricio Luis Porras and Juan Sebastián Márquez Quintero, students of the System Engineering program at El Bosque University. These documents, these presentations are establishing the course of Software Engineering 2, and we are going to present quality plan and estimation and metrics. Justify. This quality plan includes the organizational and quality scope guidelines to be used in all phases of the proposed life cycle of the project virtual libraries development project, where it is considered from the startup phase to the deployment phase. This seeks to ensure that the entire development process, the existing sub-processes, the final product, and the corresponding document satisfy the needs and the requirements of the client corresponds to a correct achievement of a software product as well as achieve a high standard of quality and adequate of profitable teamwork.
Organization. This diagram represents the hierarchical organization in terms of the roles of the people involved in the project to establish a mandatory flow in decision making and an order of communication.
Roles and responsibilities. This table lists on the left side the different roles.
Sprints. For sprints, we propose for the project, where the Scrum methodology will be followed when carrying out short daily meetings to be able to carry out a daily monitoring of the project's progress and in turn a sprint meeting with the stakeholders was proposed to be able to provide feedback on the progress of each sprint and also be able to evaluate the functional prototype of each advance.
Used in the development of the project, corresponding to the Scrum development methodology, and on the right side, the corresponding minimum responsibilities specified. Task. The task proposed to be carried out in each sprint in order to ensure the achievement of the quality standards proposed in the estimates and metrics document mainly focus on the review of documents, their variables, and processes in order to, in case of finding errors or failures, to be able to carry out the respective correction and/or adjustment as proposed at the beginning of each sprint, a general feedback from the previous sprint, and an end of each sprint, a meeting with the client in order to evaluate the functional prototype developed to date as well as being able to evaluate the deliverable and the processes carried out. These tasks are described in detail in the quality plan document.
Products to audit: Constitutional Act, user stories, functional requirements, non-functional requirements, use cases, restrictions, software architecture and design document, software architecture and, and patterns, document diagrams, meetings acts, estimation and metrics document, test and quality plans, functional system and document.
Processes to audit: collection and specification, user model construction, administrator model construction, full application construction, execution of the test, and execution of the documentation.
Risks. The risk estimation was carried out through a rubric comprised of three tables where the risks that may occur, their importance, their probability, their impact, and their loss that, if they occur, are generated are evaluated. In the same way that the mechanisms are established to face each of these risks.
Justification. This document seeks to establish the model and quality metrics to be used to evaluate the quality of the virtual library project. The structure of this document is based on the quality dimensions proposed by the professor David Garvin and then use the model developed by Professor Barry Boehm in order to establish the quality level of the application in general and its characteristics in particular, through the synergy generated between these. This document also estimates the cost of the projects based in its size and the effort required to carry it out. Garvin. The definition of quality is commonly a debate topic, which, although it may seem intuitive, actually defining the concept of quality is highly difficult to define precisely. This is why through the 8 dimensions of quality proposed by Professor David Garvin, we seek to identify the perspective that the customer can have on the product in terms of quality, and then in conjunction with the assessment model proposed by Professor Barry Boehm, evaluate each characteristic of the application.
Bueno, we pause do we use the model proposed by Professor Barry Boehm, since it allows an analysis of the qualitative attributes of the application through a series of metrics, which can be both quantitative and qualitative, as well as give a perspective of the main factors that every application should have to reach an adequate quality assurance both at a technical level and from the level of the end user. Functions points, external entries, login, sign off, register, forget passwords, search document, document creation form, author creation form, editorial creation form, document booking, delete document button, list documents button, reports button, external outputs, document list, author list, editorial list, audit list, booking list, user list, return list, technical sheet of the document, author information sheet, editorial information sheet, reports results, outpatient consultations, library read, document read, user read, booking read, return read, author read, internal logical files, library, document, user, booking, return, DAO, editorial, external interface files, mailing service.
Value adjustment factors. 1. The system requires reliable backup and recovery. Answer 5. Second, data communication is required. Answer 5. Are any distributed processing functions? Answer 2. 4. Is performance critical? Answer 4. 5. Will the system run in an existing heavily used operating environment? Answer 5. 6. Requires interactive data entry? Answer 5. 7. Does interactive data entry require input transactions to be carried out over multiple screens or operations? Answer 1. 8. Are the master files updated interactively? Answer 2. 9. Are the inputs-outputs files or requests complex? Answer 2. 10. Is the internal processing complex? Answer 3. 11. Is the code designed to be reusable? Answer 4. 12. Are convention and installation included in the design? Answer 3. 13. Is the system designed to support multiple installations in different organizations? Answer 5. And finally, 14. Has the application been designed to facilitate change and to be easily used by the user? Answer 4.
Cost. The effort required was estimated both by the function points method and by the use cases method. Finally, the final cost estimate was made with the result of the use cases method, giving a final value of $103,041 American dollar.